be a weekend lover. Yeah, I'ma be the best.
Hi, this is Tribe. Welcome to a chit chat with Didi. So this is another sit down video, and it is a highly requested video, and that is how to get kids to do house chores and love doing them. I have gotten lots of questions on this on my Instagram, TikTok, and even here on YouTube. So I decided to just sit down and share some of my own practical tips with you guys. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you 9 practical ways to get your children involved in house chores. If this is the kind of video you're interested in, please go ahead to smash that like button and the subscribe button. Without wasting your time, let's get right into the video. Before we proceed, let me know, do you involve your children in house chores, or do you just feel like maybe involving them is going to waste your time and you just want to get it done? Let me know in the comment section, which school do you belong to? My first tip is going to be start early to expose your children to house chores. Now, the reason why I say start early is because when kids grow in a certain environment, they can never depart from it. I remember somebody asking me, what is the appropriate age to expose children to house chores? And my answer is basically 2 years. Now, what do I mean by expose them to house chores? You cannot just tell a toddler to go and carry something heavy, right? But at least his or her toys that she's playing around with, you can just maybe as you're picking, you tell her pick, 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 and the baby is joining you to pick and all that. So this way the toddler gets used to picking his or her own toys. It's part of activities with you and that toddler, and that way you're teaching the toddler how to move his hands and legs and be active and all that. Don't worry if you're in that category of people that did not start early to expose your children to house chores. I still got you. You can practice the next tips I'm going to share. I think somehow it's going to help. In as much as it's not going to be as easy as when they started very young. With time, if you practice some of these tips I'm about to share, it will definitely help, and probably your child might start getting involved in 1 or 2 things in the house. Okay, give children simple tasks. Do not overload them with too much work in order not to discourage them. Basically, what I'm trying to say is let them see house chores as basic life skills. Okay, let them see house chores as nobody's going to clean your mess after you. You have to. If you're creating this mess, be ready to clean it. Do you understand? By giving them something very little, it will make them not to feel overworked and make them not to feel tired. And that way they can have time for other things, other activities like their play, maybe games, and even their studies. Okay, do not overload them with housework in order not to discourage them. And this brings me to my third point, which is choose age appropriate chores for your children. Let me use my children for instance. I have Mona, right? Mona is 11 years and he can clean the toilet, right? Andre is 8 years, almost 9. He recently started cleaning the toilet. Well, he doesn't clean the toilet without supervision at this age. Does that make sense? So that is the difference between Mona and Andre. Mona started cleaning the toilet like 2 years ago. And whenever it's his turn to clean the toilet, he does it very easily. He's so used to cleaning their toilet, not mine anyways. So I just let it be like, clean your space. Do not clean my toilet. Do you understand? I can clean my toilet myself. And the reason why we prompted Andre to start is because we want him to clean under Mona's supervision. We want it to be a situation whereby by the time he gets to Mona's age, he can do it on his own. So basically, Andre cannot clean the toilet unsupervised. Does that make sense? Now, Kyra at her age, the much she does, she's going to be 3 years in July. The much she does is just basically picking up whatever she drops on the ground. Kyra does nothing. The only time you see her trying to do something is when she just wants to be like her brothers. So you just see her trying to wipe. And when she does that, I don't discourage her. Do you get? So that's basically what Kyra does. So that's age appropriate chores. Andre can do the dishes now. Basically his own dish. So in as much as we have dishwasher, I still let them every time they have breakfast in the morning, I tell them, wash your dishes. You're not going to keep the dishes in the dishwasher for me, okay, till evening, because we only run the dishwasher once a day, and that's in the night. So you cannot just carry whatever dish you used in the morning and just store it in the dishwasher till night. For me, I feel like that is going to prompt them to become a bit too dependent on the dishwasher. That's my African mentality anyway. I feel like if they can wash their own dishes, I mean, that's enough. You don't have to wash everybody's plates. Does that make sense? So these are like age appropriate chores. Andre can sort some clothes. Well, he's still struggling, but you know when you bring our clothes to the laundry room and you just want it sorted into the black ones, the white and all that. So he recently started sorting. The main person that sorts clothes in this house is Mona. Does that make sense? So this is just an example of how you can make sure you choose age appropriate chores for your children, because you don't want to get them overwhelmed. Okay, use reward system. I cannot emphasize on this enough. I feel like that has always been working for me. Even at this stage when my kids are used to house chores, I still use it because I want them to just see house chores as something that we do as a family and we have fun, and afterwards there's life after house chores, right? Usually I make them look forward to something. Even if we don't plan to go out, I could say, okay, after this, just go have 1 hour game time or 1 hour tablet time, which I know they love a lot. Or you go to the garden and play football, just something fun, something you know your child loves a lot. Or even chocolate or sweets or anything. You know, kids have sweet tooth. So whatever you feel at that point is going to make that child happy. Let that child look forward to it after the house chores. So just promise the child and say, look, if you can do this and do that, this is what you're going to get. Does that make sense? Include all family members. Look, this is always very magical. I'm telling you. I want to ask you guys a question. In a home where just the woman does the house chores, the woman is cleaning, taking care of the children, cooking, doing everything, and the man just sits down there, you know, on his laptop and doing his thing, or in the bedroom or doing his own thing, he doesn't help and all that. How do you think the boys in that house are gonna, you know, get encouraged? Or how do you think they're going to see house chores? They're going to definitely grow up thinking that house chores is just for the woman. Does that make sense? So they're going to see that boys are not meant to be in the kitchen, boys are not meant to clean up, boys are not meant to do that. That's the mentality they're going to grow up with. Whether they say it or not, you would definitely see it in their character. So I encourage every parent out there to just make sure it's a family thing. You guys are cohabiting, you're living in the same house. Why can't, you know, everybody in the family contribute? In as much as you can share these things in proportion, but let them see the man in the house doing something, okay? Let them see the man in the house helping in the kitchen, helping to clean, helping to take away the dustbin, you know, things like that. Just little things, or even doing laundry. I mean, let them just see that everybody is involved. Everybody must do it. So you don't have a choice. Does that make sense? So yes, everybody should get involved. Please. So if your partner is not getting involved, please just tell them. In fact, if you're a woman and you run a home where just the woman does all the cleaning and cooking and house chores in general, I am challenging you today, after watching this video, go home, tell your spouse, look, I understand that you were not brought up this way. I understand that this is the kind of upbringing you had. But is it possible for you to unlearn certain things for the sake of the children? Because if these children don't see you doing these things, especially our sons, they're going to feel that house chores is basically for the woman. And children need to learn how to cook because this is basic life skill. These days, women go out there to work. Women are hustlers just like men. I see no reason why a boy should not be brought up to know how to cook or know how to clean up after his own mess. You don't let people see your mess. I mean, especially in the toilet. I mean, right from the one, I always tell my boys, look, in as much as both of you are sharing the same toilet, your brother cannot come to the toilet and see a mess in the toilet and see your mess in the toilet. So make sure to clean up after your own mess. It is just to press a simple button. So make sure to clean up after your own mess. Your brother must not see that, okay? So that is just, for me, I think that it is, whether you're a boy or a girl, don't you eat? You eat. So why can't you get involved in cooking? Are you okay living in a dirty environment? If you're not, then why can't you get involved in cleaning the house? So please, let's just try to do these things for the next generation, because I know most of our generation, most men were not taught to cook and clean in the house. So please, just be intentional about it. Tell your spouse, can we be intentional for the sake of our children? Okay, can we try to make this thing work? for the sake of our children. Have a talk with your partner and see. I promise you, your children are going to change overnight, and they're going to see house chores as fun or family bonding time. Apart from practicing rewards, I think this kind of falls under the reward system, but it's another way of rewarding a child without actually giving that child something. Whether we like it or not, most children love praises. Most children love when you say well done. Most children love when you say, wow, you're a star. Try to praise them. Try to recognize when they have done something wonderful, no matter how small that thing is. It doesn't have to be so wow. Do you understand? You just exaggerate and be like, oh my God, you actually did this? Wow, you shocked me. But anyways, I know you've got it in you, you know? Just praise that child. Well done. Even Kyra, most times when she's done picking her toys, she will definitely come for a high five. Oh my God, she will clap for herself. Do you understand? So that's to show you that they love this thing. So give it to them. I mean, it's a tit for a tat. Give it to them and hug them and be like, oh my God, I'm so proud of you. You've made mommy so proud. I feel so emotional right now. You don't have to, I mean, just do something. Just get into their head, you know. Oh, I feel so emotional. I'm just gonna cry. Or just act, even if they didn't do much. And that's gonna make them want to impress mommy the next time, right? It's gonna make them want to impress dad the next time. So just do it. Plan the day's cleaning and cooking ahead of time. For me, yeah, most times before we clean, because we usually do general cleaning on Fridays, right? So because I know this is what's gonna happen, before they even go to school, maybe on Thursday, I'll even start singing, Mona, Andre, sure you guys know we're going to clean the house tomorrow. It is beginning to sink into their head. So even at that time, even if they feel grumpy, they've already started conditioning their mind that this is going to happen tomorrow. And because it's a routine, right? Because that's why children, it's always good to stick to a routine with children. I can't overemphasize that enough. Stick to a routine. If you have not been sticking to a cleaning routine with children, I think you should start now. So because it's a routine in our home that every Friday, before we used to do it on Saturday, but now we started on Friday because we decided we wanted to be freeing up our weekends. So because it's a routine for us to clean on Friday, I still make it a habit to remind them, because I don't want them coming back from school and then I'll be like, oh yeah, let's start cleaning. And then they'll be like, oh God. But if I mention it on Thursday, by Friday, even going to school, they already know that when we come back from school, we're definitely going to do the laundry, we're going to clean, we're going to tidy up everywhere so that we can have a fun-filled Saturday. So you see, everything just goes hand in hand. So there's always that tendency to say, oh, let me just do this thing quickly because these children are going to delay me. Trust me, in the long run, you're hurting yourself and you're damaging those children, because at the end of the day, those children are going to depend on people to do basic tasks for them. Does that make sense? So you have to be patient. Patience. You have to be patient with that little child that is taking his time to wipe the table. Give him time to wipe the table. Most times, I just intentionally delay cooking till they are back from school, especially when it's a simple food or something very simple. And that's because I want them to participate. Do you understand? It's not because I couldn't have done it in their absence, but because I want them to participate. So most times I'll just be like, when you come, what are we even eating? I just throw the question to them because I want them to be involved in the decision making. Does that make sense? So because I want them to be involved in decision making, and the moment they decide, they don't have a choice than to work with mom, right? So when I say, what are we going to eat tomorrow? Knowing my children, they'll be like, let's eat rice and stew or spaghetti, their favorite. If I really feel like it's okay for them to eat that, right? I could just say, okay, but you guys are going to help me, right? They'll be like, of course. And then, because it's their favorite food, you ask them, look, it's your favorite food. Don't you want to learn how I'm cooking it so that you can always cook it for yourself when mom is not around? I mean, let them just get involved in the whole decision making, the whole planning and the whole process. And trust me, you will see them even coming to even remind you, are we not cooking the spaghetti again? Are we not cleaning the kitchen again? You know, because they have been a part of the decision making, indirectly make them board of directors of the committee. So make them board of directors of the planning committee of cooking and cleaning in your home. Does that make sense? So I'm serious. Make them board of directors. I used to dread weekend cleanings before now, because especially when we moved into this house, because this house is kind of bigger than where we used to live. So I used to dread it. But knowing that I'm not the only one that's going to do it. It's a huge relief. And most times, I'm telling you, they already know what they are supposed to do. When the cleaner doesn't come this week, they know that they definitely have to wash their bathroom. But the weekend the cleaner comes, they don't have to wash their bathroom. So the spacing kind of gives them room to still do those things and be in touch with cleaning up their environment. Do you understand? So in as much as I'm helping them alternate weeks, they are still in touch with cleaning their environment. So what am I trying to say? Whenever I let them plan this thing or be a part of the decision making, you will just see Mona. Mona most times will even be the one to say, okay, Andre, you clean the mirrors. Mona, I will wash the toilet, and then so that we'll be quick, and then we'll go and have our tablet time or our game time. Do you understand? So these are just ways to get your children involved. Okay. Finally, try to have fun while you're cleaning. Don't let it look like there's maybe this punishment. Oh God, I'm tired, I can't do it. Yeah, even if you're tired, let your children see you smiling. Let them see you even dancing, you know. Put on music and let everybody just have fun while they're cleaning, you know. Just make it fun. At the end of the day, these children are going to see it as, oh, cleaning time is fun time or cooking time is fun time. And while cooking, you can just have some conversations, some deep conversations with your children. For me, for us, so I know that most times when I'm cooking, that is when I get into Mona's head, because especially when I'm cooking that thing that he likes, he stands by the side there. Andre might just leave, but he will come and stand by the side and start asking me questions. Why did you do this? Why did you put this? Why did you not put that? I've never really trusted him to cook something very serious in the house, but at least he can boil rice and, you know, cook noodles and all that. But he has not really done anything serious. That's because I've not given him the chance. But I see the zeal in him. And when he's standing there, that's when we have mother to son talk. We talk about anything. I mean, you know, because you know when you're talking and you're not looking eyeball to eyeball, right? Because I'm focusing on the food. So he just throws in all the answers I need to get and we talk. So most times it's bonding time. Let them see it as fun time, or maybe they see it as an opportunity to get mommy's attention, to get daddy's attention, you know, that kind of thing. So make cleaning and cooking fun for your children. Okay? If there's any other tip you think is going to be very helpful to any parent who's struggling to get their children involved in house chores, please drop it in the comment section, because these are the ones I practice myself and they are very, very effective. And I believe that even if you did not start early to involve your children in house chores, if you can practice some of these tips I have shared, I'm very optimistic that your children will definitely turn around when it comes to house chores. Please don't forget to smash the like button and the subscribe button, and I hope this is going to help somebody who is struggling out there. I will see you guys in my next video. Stay fabulous. Bye.